Welcome, Taurus, to my temple, to the Temple of Tarot, Astrology, and Yoga. My name is Ava, and I'm your oracle for the month of April 2026. This is a combination of astrology and tarot, and is relevant to you if your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign is Taurus. My moon is in Taurus, and the moon represents emotions. So there's going to be something emotionally relevant to me about this reading. And so if your rising sign is Taurus, this is eventually, that is, through events, you'll recognize the pertinence, the relevance of this reading for you. And if it's your sun sign, you might find a sort of combination of soul and mind and body as well being affected by the forecast. So I'm going to start with the astrological forecast, which I try to keep as simple as possible. So I follow the transits of only two planets, Mars and Venus, giving us a yin-yang, light, dark, high energy and heart energy relevance to what's going on in the month. This month, we have Mars and Venus conjunct together, moving together in the sign of Aries. Until, of course, Venus leaves about the 19th of April and moves into your sign, Taurus. But primarily, the energy or the force of the month is in the beginning of the month, or the first half of the month, and that is with Mars and Venus transiting through your 12th house. The 12th house is the house, it's the very last house, and it is ruled by Pisces. So it's a very spiritual house. It's a house of the subconscious, the subliminal psychological elements of the chart. So let me check my mic. I want to make sure that I have a little hat over the mic as my wind guard, and I will try to remember to project my voice down there so you can hear me clearly. Today out here on the big island of Hawaii, we have a very overcast day, but there is electricity for me. I'm living off-grid, but there's enough sunshine coming through so that I can present this to you. So let's begin. So Mars and Venus in Aries traveling through your 12th house. And by the way, there's sort of multiple planets also in Aries, and also therefore stirring up the energy of your 12th house. Spiritual energy. Making this month, of course, then an ideal time for you to meditate and to explore your inner world. Mars is active, whereas the 12th house is typically very passive energy. It directs all of this Martian energy inward. Consequently, it gives you the ambition towards religious expression. Maybe you join a church or visit a church, one of your favorite churches. Churches are wonderful places to meditate, whether you accept the doctrine of the institution or not. You feel the need to clean your negative thinking up, to remove or to cleanse negative thinking and reset your inner belief system, or reset your behaviors, your habits, or maybe even reset whom you relate to. Your important relationships also go under a certain amount of cleansing. This is about working behind the scenes. And this could apply to a project, your work environment, a work project, or an art project. I tell you, it reminds me of once when I was a stage manager in a small play. And as a stage manager, I had to literally know everyone's job. I had to do everything to make that production successful. But at the end, I was never given any of the accolades or praise or acknowledgement, because of that role is not public. But it was crucial to execute the production. So there's something akin to that going on with this energy, where you're behind the scenes and doing important work, but you may not receive the public recognition for it. You may take a much more introspective view of relationships as well. In other words, examining your relationships on the level of how they affect you on a deeper level. Not just what you gain from a relationship superficially, but what that relationship is actually contributing to your spiritual well-being. Maybe this is also you're being very secretive. Maybe this is a clandestine relationship that you're in, a secret relationship, or something is being hidden. And you may need also to rest more, to recover, to recuperate, because Venus is moving into your sign on the 19th, and so this might be a preparation for what's to come at that point, where things are much more external or externalized. So this whole period might be a rest period, where maybe you go to an ashram, a yoga retreat, or some kind of sanctuary where you can recover. So this is the backdrop, the energetic backdrop, foundation for the upcoming tarot forecast. And thank you very much for joining me, and for liking and sharing and subscribing. I have links below if you would like a private and personal reading. You go to my website, grandcentralhealing.com, and there's a panoply, a whole list of possible personal readings, from career to relationship readings to life path readings. There's even an emergency reading. If something's come up and you need an answer right away, there's also an emergency reading. And I appreciate whatever support you can give, and thank you very much for you being here. I, especially because I moon in Taurus, I have a great deal of empathy for and respect for Taurians. So, aloha, namaste, and wait for your tarot forecast. Welcome, Taurus, to your tarot forecast for April. Oh, by the way, I forgot to even wish you happy birthday. There are some of you who are experiencing your birthday this month. So, happy birthday. And it's going to be a month of spiritual awakening, an awakening to your deeper needs and wants and the fulfillment of them. So that would be a wonderful present for you. So this is a 4-card spread, and the first card will represent the overall energy or mood of the month. The second will be your challenge, and the third will be the unexpected aspect of the month, and the fourth will be the outcome. And I'll try to relate it foundationally to the astrological forecast that you've just listened to. This is the frame that I use to hold the card for you so that I can zoom in on it and then describe it for you. And so let's begin your reading. In the position of the overall energy or mood of the month, we have a Cups card. Cups are about feelings, emotion. And this is the Knight of Cups. And Knights are about messages, emotional messages from the heart. This energy actually serves as a bridge between your internal emotional world and the upcoming, or when Venus moves into on the 19th into your sign, to more external forces. The Knight of Cups, again, is the messenger. He's the messenger of the heart, who roams the lands with a sense of grace, beauty, and peace, delivering his message of peace and grace. He's not distracted by worldly things, worldly events, worldly situations. He follows his intuition and explores his soul's territory, which is very appropriate for Mars and Venus in your 12th. He thus invites you to explore your dreams, your secret desires, your inner spiritual reality. So this could also augur a very sincere, emotional, romantic opportunity, or a creative opportunity. You may feel more emotionally vulnerable this month as you're processing these deep feelings. And so this colors or influences the entire month. Perhaps you have some secret, or you're working on a private project, be that a work project or an artistic project. But that project takes your attention away from worldly things. You're able to follow your vision as you heal and reflect on your past and your present experiences. As I said, Venus moves into your sign on the 19th, giving you the ability to ground whatever work you do in the first half of the month. You ground your work in practical reality in the second half of the month. And this night is all about your creative visions, your creativity. Let's move on to the position of your challenge. Let's just put this down here. The challenge position for the month. And we have a fire card, an ace. Aces are about beginnings, and wands are about creativity. Let's put the cards down here for a moment. The Ace of Wands in the position of your challenge. Well, it indicates a sort of struggle to ignite a spark, that creative spark, or that romantic spark, while your energy is naturally pulled in the opposite direction of reflection. This is the opposite to what the 12th house is all about. So there's this inner struggle going on. You may feel a conflict between your need for rest and recuperation and some sort of external pressure that's demanding you start something new. Whether, again, this is an artistic or work-related or romantic endeavor. What this may lead to is a sort of creative paralysis. You may have a very good idea, a great idea, but you feel stuck trying to figure out just how you can start this idea, what you can do to develop this idea. So this leads to a certain amount of frustration, or it could lead to a certain amount of frustration. So the universe may hand you an opportunity, again in the realm of art, romance, or work, or career, but you may not have the drive, the necessary ambition to take advantage of this opportunity. Or maybe you're just being a little bit too picky, too idealistic, which leads to a wasted potential. So there could be a sort of a fire in your belly. This is a fire card. But you can't find an outlet for it, leading to feelings of anxiety or restlessness, or just being generally unsettled. Your challenge is to handle this inner contradiction. Your desire for peace and solitude may be in conflict with something pushing you to start, to ignite, to initiate. But the real action begins in May, and for now you need perhaps just to stoke the inner fires for the end of the month, where you'll be able to give that initiative, that start. So that is the challenge position. Let's take the card out and move on. Moving on now to the position of the unexpected. We have, wow, we have the Tower in the position of the unexpected. This is also one of the most spiritual cards in the deck, because the Tower represents the dismantling of what has a weak foundation. Something you thought was stable suddenly collapses in the position of the unexpected. So this aligns with the overall dramatic shifts occurring in the celestial sphere, in the astrological spheres. There may be a cosmic lightning strike, which is a major catalyst for change for you, Taurus. The Tower is meant to clear out some outdated thoughts or beliefs or faulty foundations, to make room for something more authentic, more real, which results in a feeling of total liberation. Liberation from a situation, from a person, from an inner condition, from something that's not serving your highest good. So rather than resisting, you need to surrender to this change. Because in this instance, resistance will make the change even more difficult. So you may be triggered to liberate yourself from some long-standing situation, relationship, or circumstance, or even a religious philosophy, or even a worldview, the 12th house. But something important is completed, and you experience profound inner liberation as a consequence. Practically speaking, maybe an old way of earning money ends, preparing you to a new cycle, a new 7-year cycle of professional innovation. So that is your unexpected. And what an unexpected piece of news that is. We move now to the final card, the outcome. Let's see what the outcome will be. And we have another major arcana card, and that is the Hangman. The Hangman, he is hanging upside down with a halo of enlightenment around him. This is about turning your whole world view upside down. And the Hangman is also about surrendering, giving up, letting go. So this is voluntary surrender as you spiritually realign internally. It forecasts a radical shift in your perspective. You, in the month of April, birthday month, you luxuriate in your solitude and you guard your privacy, gaining spiritual fulfillment and satisfaction. You achieve deep healing. You rest and you close old cycles and situations, i.e. the Tower, which prepares you for the whole new solar year coming up. The victory here comes from letting go, as you let the universe take the wheel, take the lead. You use this period, Taurus, for self-reflection and solitude, to understand your old patterns and behaviors and to let them go. Forecast for April 2026. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And if you would like my help in any way, there are links below to my website, grandcentralhealing.com. I've been reading for 45 years or more. I'm 74. I just had my birthday, Pisces. And I have had this channel for, I don't know, 11, 12 years, something like that. So I've been helping people for a long time. So if you need my help, I would very much enjoy the privilege of helping you. I'm going to show you the weather, the scene here on the big island of Hawaii. And I'll see you next month. All my love. Namaste.